Well, hello, welcome back. We are here, game 2. Hope everyone had a nice, refreshing break between game 1, and here we are for the grand finals. Winner takes everything. We saw telethar and Gammachuu work out a 16-second difference for game 1. Of course, Gamma was on the winning side of that match. This is why we're here. That's why everybody's here watching the grand finale between telethar and Gammachuu. I, of course, here joined with me is Gem, also extremely talented. I believe, actually, are you ladder champion for a spoiler? I think that's your title. I think you have a title.
I haven't checked after the ladder match today, but I'm at least second.
Okay, all right, okay. Maybe not lifetime, but I think for at least like the last season of spoiler, I think you're pretty firmly at like the #1 spot by like 40 matches or something, you know.
that may or may not be true.
Okay. no, but we're here, to watch, of course, telethar, and Gammachuu, kind of duke it out. Very obviously, we've seen very talented gameplay, and decision making, from telethar and Gammachuu game 1. Ravis, I think, previous co-commentator here, was kind of speculating maybe what kind of seed we would get. Hoping to get a little bit more of a challenge for these guys. I do believe that this, I believe the rando seed rollers have at least granted a little bit of that. Took a couple, peeks at the log. Nothing major, but definitely more challenging than the last one.
Yeah, Clemens and I took a look at the log while they were looking at it as well, and this one seems interesting. We'll see what they decide to do. We were kind of unsure how you'd want to start this, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to what these guys decide to do.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Alright, so we're off. Yep. All right. So that was a very nice item here in Link's house. Gamma. Oh man, who was here for like the Gamma luck, talk? All right, already winning the 50-50 RNG, getting a bomb. It is very valid strategy in order to do this, but sometimes RNG will be in favor of somebody. I'm just glad that in this case it was only one transition's worth of difference, right?
Yeah, this is not so bad. It's like, I don't know, 6-7 seconds that Telethar's behind, and he's actually starting out. Is this Houlihan or is this back of his cave? I'm not actually sure what's in back of his cave.
This looks like Houlihan. All right, okay, we've already got some media divergence. Yeah, and looks like actually, I think you were actually talking about this in, like, before the race started. Potentially Houlihaning was one option on the table. Hint: we would really like to have 500 plus rupees, just for no reason whatsoever. You can never have too much money.
We're just taking the money. I wonder where he's going with that. This is interesting. Okay, I'm really excited to see what these two are going to do. Gamma's just heading straight to CAG. This is kind of the start that I would have gone with, or maybe not. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, also interesting. Oh, telethar also losing the 50-50 again. Gamma got it,
Gamma
got 2 bombs out of this thing, yeah. And but telethar, forget this. Also, yeah. So I also noticed that Gamma also was he just took like the 3 pots in blind cell and then just kind of left. So maybe we're not as concerned about money, So we will eventually, need 500 in order to go buy our prize possession off of Zora. However, though, like Telethar's making the conscious decision to do it, probably looks like on the sooner side. Gamma maybe is gonna just potentially do it on the later side, or there are just other sources of money that we're interested in finding. Are we also gonna do mini Moldorm, by the way, on bombs? Or on the hammer in Samaria? Oh my god.
Gamma's really trying to get resources. The birds drop full magic and he has a cane, so that's why he's trying to kill them. Oh my god, He's gonna do his own hammer now.
Wow, I am impressed. I mean, maybe this is what you gotta do in order to. Okay, Okay.
He's gonna.
Gamma's absolute last. Oh wow, this is spoiler, like razor thin at his peak. Gamma made it look too easy to go fight mini Moldorms with the hammer.
Yeah, I do know what Gamma's plan is here, because the reason Telethar got Houlihan is because we are trying to buy Zora, but Gamma doesn't actually have the money for it.
Yeah, telethar also, he might come a little bit short. I didn't notice if there was any other money that Gamma ended up yeah, but maybe the oh no, we'll just 300. Never mind. We'll just 300 in order to top up telethar.
Yeah, telethar is going to Vibe Cave to get spoiler sword first before he goes to Mini Mortal Cave.
And a heart container. Oh my gosh.
And a heart container. Yeah, he's gonna have a significantly easier time.
Are there 2 heart containers in Hype Cave? Oh my gosh. Alright, maybe, you know, I take back everything I said about this seed being potentially harder. Forget this, okay? This is already, you know, way too comfortable. Having 5 whole hearts so early. Ooh, Gamma actually picking up some arrows as well. Yeah. But actually, yeah, you're right, like, that's why maybe Gamma was also trying to farm some magic. You know, so the RNG giveth and the RNG taketh, right? You know, Telethar couldn't get some, you know, bombs earlier on. Gamma was really trying to get some magic. I mean, you know, the hammer pulled through for him. He didn't need Cane Samaria, but, you know, it would have been a lot more comforting, you know, less stressful in order to think that I have to go do Mini Moldorm, you know, with only the hammer.
Yeah, it looks like Telethar's maybe aiming to skip Mini Moldorm Cave entirely. So it looks like both of them are not really worried about early Zora money. And we're just going to get money in some way, which Telethar elected to do Houlihan.
Oh no, go back! Yes.
It's okay. It's okay, we're reasonably rich though.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, Telethar elected to just do Houlihan for the money, and Gamma decided to do Mini Moldorm Cave instead. That got him a green potion on top of everything. But Gamma has been spending a lot of time farming enemies to try to finally get a magic drop. There he finally gets a chocolate large right pack. And
yeah, he tried to kill a little like Murderdactyl. Like literally nothing you saw. Like nothing dropped anything for him, right? So you know, if you're even just playing like you're by yourself, killing all of these things, you wouldn't even know what price packs they were in, right? I mean, Gamma, right? You know, as you mentioned, like we have the knowledge in the spoiler log, so we know. You know, in this case, like you don't expect to lose like 10 50-50s in a row. So
yeah. So yeah, the reason we're coming here is so short because we're really interested in East Death Mountain. And there's 2 options for this. One of them is obviously Oakshot here. The other option is to get the mirror out of Waterfall, which at least wasn't Mini Moldorm Cave. But the awkward thing is we also want Zora, so you don't really want to go for that mirror until you have the money. And yeah, we see that both of them elected to get the Hookshot and double the pot.
yeah, he was actually, I mean, fairly reasonable. I mean, like, yeah, I think Gemma, you know, was kind of remarking on this earlier, like the opening, you know, for the first, well, I guess we're only 5 minutes, but yeah, like what you decided to end up doing because you have so many different options, probably don't actually have the timings for everything. Is sometimes could be very difficult to make a decision. So you know, all the options that you kind of listed out, I think we're all, you know, again, like reasonable. You just have to, you gotta get through your analysis paralysis, right, and you just gotta make a decision. And so there is yes, probably an officially right answer, but that being said, whatever decision you make, as long as you make it, should be okay. And then just hope in this case that, you know, like, you know, it doesn't end up, you know, mattering, I guess, like, you know, too much in the long term.
Yeah, it's interesting that they both decided to do this. I'm really happy to see that they looked for different ways, but then they came to the like same overall goal. It's not the route that I had figured out, but I'm not claiming that my route is better or anything. So I'm just happy to see that they decided to do something different because it's interesting.
Yeah. As you mentioned, right? Like the opening here was it gave you a lot of degrees of freedom, and again, you know, like and part of you know making decisions. You know, some of them are much easier to make than others, and it's actually, you know, again, also very interesting, you know, to me to see, you know, you're given the same information, you're given the same 15 minutes, you know, and people can come up with, you know, vastly different, you know, routes. Kind of contrary to game 1.
You see that?
Yeah. That was.
Gamma found so many enemies, and Telethar just got the 3 drops to get into the full magic from the touch right pack. Looks like we're okay. So Kain and Berna actually, you know, while it is right next to the flute, you know, which of course is required, we do see that Arya, you know, marked Meyer as a crystal. Obviously, we like the flute a lot as well. That Berna is going to lead us to something very, very nice. You know, actually give us some real movements. Looks like Telethar is maybe gonna take the alternative route there. Yeah.
What is faster?
We don't care about Terra right now. I think after you already bomb jump over, it's probably faster to just walk from there instead of saving. If you're still in that room with the mini models, I don't know, it's probably even. I don't know. I don't have the timing on this. That's just what my gut tells me.
Yeah. I mean, and again, and you're like, so like during the 15-minute study period, right? You gotta have to, you gotta make some commitments, right, in order to, just come up with a route. I think also, in the, what like during, when the game is live, like that also is part of your decision making.
Yeah, we actually see Gamma was behind, but now he's almost caught up. So it was definitely the wrong choice for telethar to saving quit there.
Okay, all right. Yeah, and also again, maybe with boots, timing-wise, it might be a little bit different, right? Because I think we timed this earlier, right? It's an extra 20 seconds to climb without boots on the right side, or on the left side. So Gamma actually, using some magic in order to make sure. I think he just didn't want to die. Might have been a little tight.
Yeah, you should be safe on 5 hearts. You only need 3 hearts with Kane, with Burner, and you're fine. So that was kind of a waste of a potion. But I understand wanting to play it safe. Yeah, the torches have a safe spot behind them. They're like 2 tile things, and behind them is just always like a normal tile you can stand on.
Yeah, it's nice. Really, really good knowledge. Yeah, just in case. I mean, like, sometimes you're still like there, it's just like a good, like, I guess like not, panic spot, I guess, if you want to. But, if you don't have anything, like, obviously, then you really can't do much about it. But yeah, if you're ever in a pinch, you can always be able to just use a potion there. Yeah, it looks like actually, alright, so Telethar's gonna just delay, or he had a delayed mini mold arm, but in this case, like, he has enough. Looks like he's probably gonna go get his mirror as well.
Yeah, you're going to get it. It's right in the waterfall. He's already water walking here.
Ooh, something's on sick. Okay, Bombos is on sick kid. That is definitely required. That is our entry into Misery Mire.
Yeah. Telethar, by the way, had dirty drop luck again. He already is back to full magic out of mini modern cave. also very smart of him to keep track of the stun price. He stunned an enemy to get 20 rupees. And that
I didn't even think I saw
enough
that.
Money to get Zora.
Yeah, okay. I can definitely see. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and Gamma's early played him mini modern cave, which got him pot money for. Well, pod. Lets him now skip Hulan and just get library, which is a little faster. But overall, maybe his mini modern cave was a little slower, so it's hard to say which route is actually ends up being better.
Oh, hey, look, it's our fire rod. It was here all along while we were struggling for finances the whole time.
Do you think Gamma's gonna pick up the ice rod?
Ooh.
In the left chest and waterfall.
That's a great question. I mean, the ice rod. Well, I can tell you that we don't need it, but man, see, this is how respectful Telethar and Gamma are to each other, right? Can't give up any extra chest whatsoever. Like,
I mean, in reality, everybody just hates the ice rod when it's not useful because you have an extra thing in your menu that you need to quick swap through.
Yeah. But I don't know, like, maybe these guys, also don't think, like, well, what if I need it later, like, they don't need it later, they have the fire rod, that's all they got. Yeah, Turtle Rock's a pendant, we don't have to go in, sorry, we don't have to go beat Trinex, excuse me. We may, I think, still have to go in, but we'll see in this case. Alright, I actually did see that, like, chat was actually talking about, how Gamma is actually still swordless. And I had missed, I think, where the first one was in Hype Cave, maybe?
No, he doesn't have a sword. They both got it off Hype Cave, yeah.
Oh, he has it, okay, maybe I just missed it earlier. I swore, like, he was, like, dashing around without a sword, but maybe not. Alright, okay, we're here in Thieves Town, and, when we were talking about beating Thieves Town, I was like, oh, where's the big key? And I expected to be somewhere out in the world, and it's actually here, in the dungeon. It looked like it's in big key chest? Okay.
Yeah, looks like it, yeah. Mids and big key both here. It's like a vanilla seed.
Almost a vanilla seed, yeah. Yeah, it looks like actually after everything is said and done, both Telethar and Gam opted to, get the mirror out of Waterfall Ferry, and looks like Telethar has one front of Thieves Town ahead, kind of going into everything.
Not quite, because he still has to activate the flute. He's gonna...
Oh, true.
Presumably do it after he or after he finishes dungeon.
Okay, so we can maybe... So I guess, assuming actually then we don't have to stay in Dark Worlds, maybe we'll just... so maybe it'll be a little bit of time back. So maybe like half a front Thieves Town ahead. Oh, Gamma actually picking up some extra bombs here in Compass Chest.
Yeah, telethar bought bombs out. So he's been fine on bombs, but Gamma was always just, you know, barely scraping by. He went to 0 in Mini Morlum Cave, then he got 3 from Mini Morlum Cave back and had to use some in Paradox.
True. Yeah. That's also a good point. This is kind of like the danger of any of these seeds relying on, well, prize packs or, you know, like these like 50-50 bombs, you know, from like the rocks and stuff like that, because, you know, again, it's not a guarantee. It's 50-50, which, you know, you're kind of expecting your average luck to be, you know, like not terrible, right? Not like you try and kill 10 enemies and then none of them drop anything, you know, type of thing. But that is, you know, a part of the, you know, that's what can cause a lot of variance in volatility and in spoiler.
Yeah, I do wonder what Telethar planning to do here, because we do need to clear Scourwoods, but he's going to have to mirror to activate the flute. And we do kind of want to go to Scourwoods because there's a very nice item in there as well.
Isn't there a nice item in Skullwoods? What? Okay, can we re-roll the seed?
No, I think this is a fun seed. We should watch them finish this one.
That's true. Yeah, it's been a good seed. All right, and there is what, like I think in open the stats are something like 27%. There's like a, you know, chance that Skullwoods has like a either like a nice to have item or, you know, like a required progression item or something like that. You know, like Samaria could not be required, for example, right? But it could still be there, type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's spoiler, so it's okay if something isn't Skullwoods.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And we do have the Fire Rod, right? So like we can actually go and, you know, beat Skullwoods.
Exactly.
All right. We got blind front and center in the main spotlight, you know, of the sunroof, all ready for his aria. Not to be confused with Aria or Tracker. Aria is, you know, the song, you know.
The one with the eye, not with the
yes.
Yeah, so I'm mirroring and activating the flute, but if he goes back in the Dark World, I'm pretty sure it's slower.
It's actually kind of interesting because, so like in the last game, all right, so Gamma, they both went to Thieves Town, but Gamma ended up going to Thieves Town first in Dark World, and then mirroring, and then flute, and then activating the flute, and then fluting away. And telethar actually went into Light World first, activated the flute, and then went back into Dark World. And it's like the exact opposite here, you know. We are not going back into Dark Worlds. Yet.
Okay. At least. Because, yeah, Gamma already got sick here, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right. I totally forgot. The Gamma, yeah, ended up doing a bunch of stuff in Light World. Actually, this is probably potentially much closer than initially I really thought. Gamma also skipping out. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that's right. He also got a lamp, too. Yeah. I'm missing so much stuff.
Yeah, so Gamma is ahead, right? I'm pretty
yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah, because I totally forgot that he did all the, like, there was so much to do in Kakariko, because, you know, there was a lamp, and there was Bombos, and then telethar ended up going back into the Dark World portal as well, so yeah, suddenly, after all is said and done, Gamma is probably about, like, a, you know, 15-second lead, maybe?
Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah,
we even get Master Sword? And you go defeat Mothula? Man.
Yeah, that's why we want to go here. We like that Master Sword. But yeah, I guess it turns out that if you just go to Mini Morlum and just are a good gamer that can hammer the Mini Morlums, you save time in the seed because you don't have to hold in. That's where most of Gamma seed comes from.
It is definitely quite a decision.
Yeah, a little bit of it was also that telethar just couldn't find a bomb for Kak, so he had to walk south to buy bombs and then walk up to Blind Sut as well, again. It also lost some time early.
Oh yeah, that's also true, yeah. We'll say for what it's worth, Gamma probably wasn't planning on doing Mini Moldrum Cave with only the hammer. He was, you know, you saw him early in like, trying to farm out a big magic drop from any of the enemies that were on his path, you know?
Yeah.
And it just got kind of unlucky. I mean, so, you know, like I said, this is part of the things where if you plan for something, right, a little bit more volatility, and then something doesn't go right the way you expect, and you have to kind of plan around that or back it up, right? And Gamma did exactly that. All right, okay, Gamma taking down Mothula, Telethar very shortly dropping in after him. Nice fight.
Yeah, very fast fight, yeah.
Yeah, that was quite good.
Gamma I'm always really off the quick warp. Can't do that, Gamma.
Alright, okay. I keep meaning to check when they end up catching the crystal.
Yeah, that's... I don't know. I think your 15-second estimate earlier is probably still around about true. Heading to desert next. At the point where I don't remember where the rest of the stuff is. So here's where we get surprised. Or at least I get surprised.
Yes. Alright, we're actually going to take a quick trip over to Checkerboard first on Telethar's side.
Oh yeah, this is also a very nice and desired item.
Ah yes, the one that you're supposed to be rushing after you get boots already. So exactly. I've been told in spoiler.
Exactly. Well learned.
Yes.
I'm proud of my fan.
There's actually there's actually something on right side desert as well. Maybe then maybe this is just the big key and I didn't pay attention.
Probably the big key.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, I assume we're just here for the big key. Sorry, for the for the tempered sword. That's why we're doing this stuff right now.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. We are here, unfortunately, without a bow. I mean, okay. Obviously, I'm extremely disappointed that we don't have a bow for Lamos. All right. However, that being said, we also don't have a bow for Vitreous, and that might be a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, it's a bit too bad. But it looks like this is actually forced. You can't be here with a bow unless you want to double dip Maya. So it is what it is.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Okay, let's see.
So I actually like this route that telethar is doing a lot more than what Gamma is doing here. Having tempered is also kind of nice for Lamos, but you have an easier time keeping Spooky alive if you do Maya before Desert, because you need to bash A so it doesn't get deleted when the crystal drops. And I don't know, at least in my experience it's finicky. And I often don't get to save my speed. Gamma's not even trying.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's a good point. Well, I mean, so can Gamma just flute back to 6 though? And then just re-enter the portal? Or is that not worth it?
You can do that, but it's a little slower. So optimally you just want to save your Spooky. The other things, so you see that Gamma has to dash 2 times to get back to this portal. Whereas if you do checkerboard first, you just need to your pot is right next to the rock, right?
Yeah.
Then you dash to Maya, and then when telethar finishes desert, you can just shoot away. I think that's probably a little bit faster.
Oh yeah, actually that's true. Telethar was actually able to dash more, just because some of his things were much more straight lined. So yeah, that's definitely kind of nice. And of course, just having Tempered Sword, right? I heard that the Ice Rod only works when you have Tempered Sword, so just really good to just have, in your possession.
Well, luckily we don't need to use the Ice Rod in the seed.
Right.
So.
True.
Yeah. And we actually see Gamma flute back to 6 here, to get the Spooky back, which, just loses a bit of time. He can, like I said, you can, if the crystal drops while you have the boots dust up, you can save Spooky, similar to what telethars are about to do in Maya Basement, where you have boots dust up before you drop the cane block. And that way you can still do Spooky after getting that crystal from Desert.
Yeah, and keeping Spooky, it can actually save you, I don't know, 10 seconds or something like that? Being able to skip the switch hit here?
Yeah, I think it's something like that. It's been so long since I heard these numbers that I just forgot.
Yeah, that's yeah. It's basically like going like it's actually pretty slow. Maybe it actually could be potentially a little bit longer because you gotta like throw the bomb, you gotta wait for the bomb to explode, go through, hit the switch, come back. That's like 2 screen transitions already, you know, and it can be quite a bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's more than 10.
Yeah, but okay, everything's fine.
Okay,
yep.
Yeah, we have the
Why we have Berta? Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna lose a little bit of time here of a good Veggie fight because we get 2 extra attack cycles, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess for what is, you know,
Yeah,
I was gonna say, yeah. Yeah, maybe like the whole dashing thing though, like through the eyes. You know, telethar did end up getting a couple of extra hits on the big eye. You know, again, like this is where the, you know, you want the bow for it because obviously like slashing takes a lot longer. But telethar actually did a very nice job, be able to kind of corner the big eye, in the bottom right. So. Very safe.
With tempered, it's pretty safe. It can be a little hard to not get hit and still be fast with the hammer hits if you only have hammer. But the sword has like a large enough hitbox that it's not really a big deal. It's pretty safe.
I guarantee you, if you, but I guarantee you, if anybody, you know, asked you like if you'd rather have tempered sword or the hammer to use to kill anything, if they would pick the tempered sword. Yeah, it's everything. Everything's okay. Okay, we're just it's just don't think about what's already happened. Think about what's going to happen in the future. All right, if you know whatever pain or you know time loss or mistakes you've made, they're all in the past. Okay, they may still hurt you, but they don't let it you know hurt you in the short term.
telethar wanted to do his meme strat there for the mirror, but yeah.
He unfortunately he bonked, which yeah, we can't mirror there.
Just don't think about the 10 seconds that you lost there.
Yeah, that's right. Ignorance sometimes can be very blissful. I mean, these guys, you know, veteran competitors. I mean, but you know, obviously they've been playing for for quite some time. Very decorated, but in order to win rando champions, or titles and whatnot, it's not only just about like being amazing at the game, because a lot of people are amazing at the game. So what kind of distinguishes you, from somebody else? Certainly, luck will help you, but it's also primarily the consistency and your experience into being able to play well even when times are tough or you've made mistakes in the past. Like all the meta and like the softer skills in order to like be a competitor, as opposed to whatever the craft is, right? That will carry you quite a long ways.
Yeah, excellent Vitreous fight from Gamma. That looked so risky, but he just bravely stood in the goo and killed the ice at the end. That was.
Were you saying something last game? Yeah, were you saying something last game about like how like Gamma's Vitreous strat or normal Vitreous strat, it was a little bit risky as well, or looked risky?
Yeah, he doesn't do like the, I guess, standard NMG strat. I don't know, it looked like something that's probably like self-taught or something, and it looked kind of risky. I mean, he killed.
I mean, it works. Yeah, exactly, it works.
Yeah.
I would also like to say that Telethar and Gamma had a 1 cycle, a Landmost 2. I have at least, this is just my pure estimate from looking back and forth, because, we have no ball. But I will say that, especially that, probably makes Telethar feel a little bit better, because his game 1 for Landmost, like he purposely delayed Desert in order to go get the Fire Rod so he could try in 1 cycle, and then he just, again, RNG sometimes is not your friend.
That didn't even seem like RNG,
that's true. That's true. It might have been the game. Yeah. But it was so bad. Yeah. Waffle House, you can be also pretty devastating.
Just don't think about the 10 seconds that you just lost.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Also, don't think about how often that's been said.
See, this is people say like as you get older, or as you whenever like you kind of lose your memory. Sometimes it's not a bad thing. Okay, all right, being a goldfish can have its advantages. Okay, by the way, we are here in Pendant Turtle Rock, the last of our Pendant dungeons. Telethar taking a risk with the dead rocks. I'm glad at least they somewhat behaved.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting our last item from here. It's right here. Luckily, Swamp isn't required. The flippers are on Laser Bridge. I think they're both happy that we don't have to get them.
Yeah. Yeah, and it actually looks like the bow is. I mean, yeah, you mentioned this earlier, was that there was just no possible in order to get a bow. For Vitreous, unless you, of course, double dip Mire. However, like, it's pretty late bow, honestly, because you have to go through like how many things we have to go to before we can actually go get our hands on a bow.
Yeah, we're basically done now. We just have to clean up some dungeons, mainly the bow dungeons, and then Ice Palace. And I guess Ice just doesn't have anything at all that we care about.
Yes, we have Blue Mail. Looks like Blue Mail, 6 hearts. Yeah, Tempered Sword. Yeah, that's plenty. So.
Yeah, maybe there's like 1 heart container on the way somewhere. Doesn't look like it.
They're never there when you want them. Sometimes I mean.
There's a nice surprise at the top of GT. I'll say that much.
Okay. I didn't look, so okay. I will be also pleasantly surprised. I'll get the runner's experience. When you just kind of start opening random things upstairs and hoping you get something good. And sometimes you can get lucky. Alright, we're gonna go through the Bollock side, it looks like. Both Gamma and telethar are doing this, so I'm assuming that the big key is over here somewhere, or we need small keys or something.
Yeah, there was Oakshot in the first chest, so you don't have a key to go through the middle door.
Oh, right, okay, good point.
Yeah, we were here earlier for that.
Yes, you're right. Right, we both doubled it pod, yeah, in order to go get the hook shot, so we can hurry up and go to Paradox and get our Burna, and then we can go to get our boots.
Yeah, considering how late the bow was, I guess it makes sense that they elected to double the pod just to get the hookshot. Although it's probably strictly not strictly required, right? I don't think we got anything in Hookshot Cave. And obviously we didn't ever touch Swamp.
Yeah, so I guess like you could you could do like what maybe you were saying before, was go to Mini Moldorm, get your money, like Houlihan, go get Mini Moldorm money, and then do like the whole like waterfall Zora in one trip. And then you have a mirror in order to go up to East Death Mountain.
Yeah.
We need a lot of small keys to actually go get the big key.
Yeah, good old Hamasali.
Yeah, it's in the other logically 6 key lock chest. Great.
Yeah. Now we're both heading to Hama. I think telethar gained a little bit of time. Gamma had some shambles in the pod arena.
I think he fell at least once, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But everybody's allowed to shambles. Telethar just had them earlier.
Yeah, this...
It makes it more exciting if Gamma gives a little bit of time back.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, and like, telethar and Gamma, very, very talented executioners. But again, sometimes, they're not, impervious to, potentially, some of the other, distractions that can happen, right? This is, again, grand finals. Gamma is trying to defend his title. Telethar is certainly, not gonna let Gamma go easy. He is also very hungry, for this title himself. They're both playing, at their, trying to play as best as they can. But sometimes, again, like things can happen. Turtles don't always have to behave. Icebreaker doesn't have to go through the best, the first time. Harapot, I guess we're not doing this game, but Harapot can take you 2 seconds, it can take you 10 seconds, just depends on...
Yeah, I can softlock and lose a minute.
Or, okay, you're right. Okay, forget I mentioned anything about Harapot. We did not need to talk about Harapot when you're here. I'm sorry.
Nobody would ever softlock there.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that, potentially, at least for you can see Telethar not being, super happy, I guess, with his helmet fights. Just a little bit, here of like, back and forth, that type of thing. If, when the margin, especially for game 1, is looking kind of similar for game 2, that the margin is going to be pretty similarly tight. 16 seconds, you give up 5 seconds here, maybe you think you lose like another, like 2 seconds there, all of them going to add up,
Yeah. Telethar is... It's kind of funny. I think if Telethar hadn't mirror bonked and hadn't like fallen down and at Death Mountain, I think they would be like almost tied right now. Which is pretty frustrating as a from a runner's perspective, because it's just like, I'm so stupid. Why did I do that? There was no reason to do that.
These are the things that so sometimes you lose races because we'll just even take Brando, right? Like someone found the thing before you, or someone played better, there's than you, or you just got outplayed, right? You're just like, oh, okay, like I lost this person, they deserve to win, and sometimes you lose to yourself because mistakes are going to happen. They're always going to happen. No one's ever going to play perfectly. But when you start, thinking, getting tilted, right? Letting yourself get the better of yourself. That's when things can, can go off the rails even more.
Yeah, it's like these runners have like played a ton of rando. Like if either of them loses to the other person, like that's not a big deal. But what will always be super frustrating is if you lose to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just something stupid that could have been avoided, if you just, if your brain just had worked in that moment, and you lose because of that, that's when, like, it can get really frustrating.
Yeah, that's when But I mean, until then, you can think about that anytime after the race. Try not to let it, bother you, during the race. Yeah, as you see. All right, thanks, Jammo. It looks like about 30-second difference.
Okay, so that's more than the those 2 mistakes that Telethar made, so that's, I guess, the good side of it.
Yeah. But I mean, yes, I mean, it's probably, obviously you always want to be on the winning side of things, right? If you're going to be any margin that's going to be, even however thin, you still want to be on, on the better side. But still, like, things. Every single execution right now, I mean, it basically is right now just kind of like a, like a dungeon rush. So we have Ice Palace left to beat, and we still have all of GT, and of course Ganon. I don't actually know if we're getting silvers. Someone can tell me or otherwise. But I mean, like even for like you're watching like NMG speedruns or anything like that, right? Do you ever just quit because you see your opponent, that's 30 seconds ahead of you? No, like there are many run killers, and other things can can happen. And then also, kind of like, they're kind of like both sides of things, right? It was like, you might be a little bit nervous, right? Trying to like do, play catch up, right? On Telethar's perspective. Also, like, I mean, I'm very sure Gamma is, fairly aware of like his situation, and, if you're ahead also, you'd be like, okay, I just need to like play, and, trying to, maintain that lead. And sometimes, either one can give you some like race jitters.
Speaking of race jitters.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. That's probably a key in Spike Just. That's faster than the hammer block. Yeah. Yeah, that's smart log reading.
Yeah, and I think like Gamma, at least like before this year, probably like he was definitely primarily like I would say like a runner as opposed to like a pilot. Like obviously he's done, he won last year's spoiler log champion, right? Being able to kind of like parse a log. You do have 15 minutes, so at least it's not too much pressure in terms of time. In order to try and figure where everything out is. So certainly Gamma has like routing experience. However, like, he's kind of like picked up a little bit of piloting, like more so like this year. He says he's very enjoyed it. And so he's, I think, got a lot more experience, just trying to basically parse out that log. Telethar.
Gamma's giving away a little bit of time here by using Bombos. Bombos takes 8 seconds to cast. Whereas the fire rod, if you just use the 8 shots, I don't know, maybe like 2 seconds.
No, we need the smiley face.
he tried. It's a little bit hard to see if he can. Yeah.
Yeah, Teleth's gonna just.
Yeah, Bombos obviously makes the cold step fight itself easier because you can use the fire rod, but Telethar got an excellent fight, so he overall saved some time on that boss.
Yeah, that was a really nice textbook clean cold stare fight. Very well done. Okay, alright, okay, I finally looked at the timer. Gamma has exited the Old Man Cave at 38:30.
Okay.
We're actually gonna go up this group anyway as well.
Yeah, I think I saw a heart container in there.
Okay.
Something else? I don't know what else was in there.
Okay.
We'll see.
I mean, this also...
We'll see if he gets more than a heart container.
Okay. Alright, okay. I saw 30, it was 38, sorry, 58, so 28-second difference.
Okay.
Maybe about to be a little bit more. Well, although I think they both couldn't get through Waffle House screen the first time through, so maybe it's all about, a big wash. It is certainly like a margin, that Gamma has. You're like, yeah, it doesn't matter how many seconds that you have over your opponent. You're always gonna want to be on the winning side. It's probably comfortable enough for him to want to do the heart container. You get it extra.
Yeah, he's it makes sense to just get that. Whereas Telethar, he makes the faster route to the TR portal. Because he knows he's behind, he needs to make it time.
It's certainly not outside the realm of a shoo-in, type of thing like this, unless something catastrophic happens to the other person, like this person, is going to have this in the bag. Now, it certainly is Gamma's race to lose, but, we have a lot of, dungeons still left to play.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that can happen in GT, like a small gauntlet shamble, and then you maybe get an extra cycle in Nemos 2 and an extra cycle in Aga 2, and suddenly it can be tied up. But obviously, at the same time, Telethar needs to not do that, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely... Gamma has a pretty big advantage.
Okay, I did see Gamma steal the conveyor cross-pot key, and then mirror immediately over. Nice half magic here in Hope Room. So I guess this is where the big key is.
Yeah, the big key is here. We're not. We're not getting silvers there in random room, which is
okay.
Exactly the opposite way.
Yes, unfortunately. Okay.
There's also no key, so we have to get the conveyor stop its pot key.
Nice. Yes. Not to be confused with the conveyor cross-pot key. However, we got both of them. So, if you end up only getting one, if you get it confused, don't worry. Like, you're going to be right both times. Yeah, I can definitely see. Yeah, I can definitely see though that this is where I see it. If you depending on your GT routing, strategy, where your preferences are. If you decide to go Hope Room first, looks like there was no small key, so you could have been a little bit more delayed to that big key. All right, Gamma starting a climb. Yeah, I know exactly. Okay, all right, he landed in that room, in the switch room, 4150. Telethar's actually only a couple rooms behind. I see. Yeah. Gamma has Burna out just in case.
Yeah, I mean, you can just use Burna there. You have half magic, might as well use it to dash through that room.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm not actually sure if it's even slower than like the normal dash through that room, because you have to walk a bit before you dash if you do that strat. So if you have the magic, maybe it's just better to use Burna.
If you item dashed, is that kind of like free, like in that you don't have to like I guess exactly what Telethar did, right? It's like once you start item dashing, like the invincibility just kicks in, right? You don't have to like activate it separately and then start dashing.
Yeah, the only thing why it's kind of slow is because you do have the item animation. I don't know how it compares with the little walk you have to do before you can just do the dash.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you have so Gamma got 2 Cycle Lamos with the Fire Rod. Good spooky preservation on Telethar's side. I think they both have pretty good gauntlets, honestly. Kind of just flying through the rooms here.
Yeah, it was 2 cycle for Gamma, so
yeah,
this
2
is
cycle.
an opportunity for never mind.
It was. I mean, you're not right. It was still an opportunity. Oh no!
It is also technically always an opportunity to lose more time.
Oh, that was man. I mean, like the gauntlets have been very, very good so far for both of them. Like, you know, I was very, very impressed. But yeah, like right, like, is this also true, right? Like, so the first cycle for Lamos is fixed, but everything else after that is not.
Yes and no.
Okay.
It is fixed, but like only if you use exactly the same amount of frames in the room before. So if you like start to dash like 1 frame later, then you have a different pattern.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's based on how much time
I'm learning.
Like, it's the same super tile, the room before Lamos. So, like the spawn timer for them starts as soon as you enter the super tile, and that affects the pattern.
Okay. And I guess that doesn't happen in Lamos 1, right? Because there's no timer. You just literally walk in the room and then
Yeah, exactly. There's a nice surprise tank card in the modern chest.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice. Oh, forget about like that. I mean, that means they could have been pretty like cavalier through the whole gauntlet. I mean, not like reckless, right to the point where maybe you're always on Oko the entire time, but like having that nice refill, man.
Yeah,
you're so happy.
2 hearts at Modern, for example.
Yeah.
And not. Oh no.
No.
Oh, please don't land in the spikes. Okay, good.
I think he still would have not died, but man, that is not what you want to see, with a race like kind of this close.
Yeah. And being on 1 heart against Modern is kind of scary because, yeah, like if you get hit again while dashing through him, you die at that point. But yeah, we're now at the point where, well, something terrible needs to happen to Gamma on Ganon if telethar wants to have a chance. Which, I mean, that's not unheard of, but also Gamma is a really good player, so...
He is, yeah.
Lots of that happening, along with him having Blue Mail and 8 hearts, and Kane with half magic that he can use in an emergency.
Yeah, you mentioned...
anything's gonna happen.
and you mentioned before, right, like Kane, like Burna is actually like a better panic button than the cape, because it activates immediately.
Yeah, if you pause to the cape, like you have a delay. Like if you swap to cape ahead of time, then you can always just use it as a, just use it whenever as a panic button. But if you're like in danger and then you suddenly panic pause to like figure something out, then the cape is useless.
Oh.
Whereas Burna, you can just immediately go invincible.
Yeah, you can even see Gamma's got his lamp out, just in case. This is actually something that potentially maybe, cost Gamma, like where telethar was able to gain a little bit more time over was Gamma like didn't have enough magic to shoot all the fire rod shots at the end because he used too much magic earlier in the phases. And so, but this one, we have half magic, we have no more worries, and Gamma just needs to make sure he gets Torch Glitch.
Yeah, we see Gamma played super safe. He doesn't go for a second spin, he doesn't try to do anything with the fire rod. Like, he knows he's ahead. He can just take it slow and safe and just light the torch with a lamp.
Yeah, you see telethar though. I mean, you have to keep playing until, until you see the dot done on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, this is not over. Like, it's basically over, but in theory, Gamma could, like, walk off or get knocked off or something. So you just gotta keep playing and pray.
Yes, it has happened to many people at the end game. There is a reason why Ganon is the final boss.
Yeah.
Alright, you see a
big smile on Gamma's face.
Yeah,
he
very happy. Yep. Happy Gammachuu, very well. Big GG's out coming from the losers bracket. Had to win 2 games in a row over telethar, defending his champion from last year. We have a returning title winner, Gammachuu. Big GG's.
Yeah, GG's. Very nice showing in these 2 final matches. Just super solid gameplay. And routing.
Yeah, this season rounding was very interesting. You know, and on like because I think there was so much variation that you could have done at the beginning. You know, sometimes like 15 minutes later, you know, you kind of see, and you're just like, okay, I'm 30 seconds ahead of this other person, or like, oh, I'm 45 seconds behind. Like, what happened? You know, and sometimes. Sometimes like you know with like much differences in terms of like just variation stuff, you know, all of a sudden you can be very different. Yeah, all right, finish up for telethar. Well done to close out the game and the race, but big GG's getting second place in this tournament. Very very impressive run for telethar this entire seed. You know, he was in the winners bracket, and he did not drop any races before the grand finals here.
Yeah, I mean, only losing to Gammachuu, like, you don't have to feel bad about it at all. No shame in it. But yeah, we're gonna wait here for them both to join us in the interview. Gonna be interesting to hear their thoughts.
Alright, Gaba says he has no invite. I will ping him one, I guess. Okay, so somebody pinged him one.
Perfect.
Yes, alright. We are actually joined here with telethar and Gamma. GG's, guys.
GG's, you too.
GG.
GG's, telethar.
Big congrats on getting yet another title, Gamma. Returning champion.
Yeah, thank you. GG's. Yeah, it's just going up against telethar. I told them beforehand I feel no shame losing to you because I know how much of a tryhard he tends to be for the most part. I could be that way too, but I mean he's just a good runner overall. Execution, routing, all the everything, all the toppings. So I don't know how to feel going into game one. A little nervous, but yeah, I'm glad I was able to pull this off.
Yeah, you delivered a great show. Like, just super solid gameplay all throughout. And you're right that telethar is a tryhard. Going for that quick warp and does it.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
How did you route early in this one? Because I took a look on the way to pod. I'm like, you're a non-pod in Paradox. No, pod, yeah. You did not route in early mini Moldorm.
No, so I did. I mean, I don't. This seed was very confusing for me. I don't know how the right route for it was, but basically, I did. I got the glove and farmed a bomb outside of Link's house. Then I hula-hand.
You did hula-hand.
Then I bought bombs. And then went straight into straight from there from hype, and then did hype cave over to pod.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do mini Moldorm cave until boots because I combined mini Moldorm cave with getting the mirror and the fire rod.
Yeah, I was taking a peek then. Normally I don't like to look early, but I was a little curious. This one I did not like how the hammer and glove were just right there in Sanctuary and Link, so I was like, oh gosh, Dark World X is just immediately to Keck. I was wondering if you were going to get the mirror to go to Paradox, avoid the double dip pod, but I feel like that's so bad. Going, a long way to Paradox is just so slow with mirror. And also,
I don't.
Over there's just terrible.
I mean, yeah, I don't think there's really much of a point to doing that way.
Well, you would get the mirror. I mean, it's just to avoid the pod double dip. Was it possible? You didn't need hookshot for anything other than, I guess.
Yeah, but you would have had to go to TR the long way twice.
Yeah, that's what kind of made me go, yeah, I think that double dip pod is definitely worth it.
Yeah, it's just money was really awkward because you needed so much of it.
Yeah, I didn't hula-hand. I was banking on bombs. Almost died in mini Moldorm cave. I farmed that extra bomb just in case it got a little scary in there, because hammer mini Moldorm just sucks.
But yeah, that mini Modern Cave was insane. Like, that's...
Yeah.
You deserve to win this tournament after that.
That
Just
one,
casually handling it.
yeah, that one, I was very scared. That's like, I felt like, oh man, we all know how Hammer Mini Moldorms can go. It's just so bad. So I, yeah, they played nicely though. I feel like they just played very nicely for me, kind of walking into my Hammer. So if that last bomb didn't hit though, I don't know what would have happened. I probably would have been in Omega Till.
I think we were probably more or less even going into Desert. I'm not sure. Or yeah, after Meyer. Maybe a little, one way or the other, and then I had a mere bonk because I did something stupid, but and then I fell to Moldorm because the game's good. Like I just dashed into him and got frame ruled. It's like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you do about that. You just hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I played all right, but I don't feel like I haven't been playing great for, a few weeks, so I didn't deserve to win. So GG's.
No, I wouldn't say that. I know you came back from vacation, so I figured, you're probably gonna be de-rusting and such.
I mean,
yeah,
maybe, but
like, you're a very scary runner. I going up against you, it's a mega coin toss. Also, a big worry was hook shot. After boots, I immediately looked for a hook shot instead of the flute, just to because both of them were pendant swamp. Yeah, and that was my immediate thought.
And neither of them were hover seeds.
No. Yeah. No, I mean this one. I felt like I also had some kind of good luck too, because as I was also peeking in, I saw that you didn't get the best Deadrock RNG, making your way to TR.
I got bad RNG and lots of things. I mean, but I just didn't handle it well. So like, I don't know.
Let me just correct you there. Gamma farmed so many enemies to try and get that full magic, both for Mini Modern and Pod. It just took him forever to get them. And telethar just killed 3 Mini Modorms in Paradox, and they all dropped something.
Okay, well, I also killed a bird and didn't get it.
Oh yeah,
and then I had more Mini Moldorms coming in my future. I was gonna go the top route. That's like why I bomb jumped out of Mini Moldorm or out of Paradox Cave. I was like planning to go the top route and get magic there, and then I was like, oh, I guess I save quit here. I don't know what to do.
Wait, you actually showed us that you aren't supposed to save and quit there. You were a little bit ahead of Gamma, and then after you save and quit, you were tied at Spy Cave.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Gamma went to top route.
I always assumed bomb jumping would be faster, but yeah, I saw you make a face telethar when you realized, like, right before saving for, like, I don't know, why am I doing this? Let's just go from Uncle. Or
well, I also walked out and then bomb jumped before saving quitting, so like that's...
So that's definitely faster then. I always assumed bomb jumping from Paradox is faster. I never timed it myself.
It depends how far behind I was, but like, it is like probably 5 seconds to just walk out of the chest screen and then bomb jump.
Okay. Yeah, it's actually... It might also depend on if you have boots, because climbing West Earth Mountain is actually 20 seconds slow if you don't have boots. Whereas you probably don't lose that much on the other route.
Yeah.
Also, I'm glad you were a little bit ahead of me, telethar, going in Paradox. I was going to save and quit, probably after the lower 2 Paradox. See if you're going to get the safeties on top. I'm like, if he gets it, I'm going to get it.
They were part of my pop money.
Oh, okay.
Or not Zora money.
I felt a little bad opening those Alex chests because I'm like, I could just farm with stun pride. I'm like, no, this is just gonna be so slow. Let me just get the library after flute activation.
Yeah, because I did flute activation into, or like I didn't go to library ever. I just did Mini Moldorm Cave and got Zora in that one trip, and then Thieves Town flute activation, Skull Woods.
Yeah.
And I grabbed bombs at that time, so should have grabbed lamp when I bought bombs, but I just didn't. I don't know. This seed was hard to route for me.
Yeah, the early one. I don't know. I'm not looking at immediately beginning, but I'm just not feeling good. Like this one's a, when Dark World's kind of like right there in your face, and I almost did Hype Cave into Mini Cave, but
there's
that
so
was
many
really
bombs
bad.
that we needed and no way to get any of them. It's just like, should I get the bombs in the back of Escape? I don't know. No, not that. Like,
yeah, this one kind of sucked. Yeah, 50-50 was my only way. I was gonna farm bombs. I'm like, I'm just gonna do this because I think buying bombs would be a little awful. I don't know.
yeah, with it definitely sucked because it made money much more complicated. Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I figured out money. Wait a second, I need to buy bombs. Fuck. That's shoot. But yeah, I don't know. Some silly mistakes on both seeds cost me enough time, I guess. Feels bad, but play better.
I almost died in Dark Frost in the first seed. I was down to half a heart. Omega
I did.
Pen.
I got my 5th heart before going to Dark Cross.
Where did you get that?
Saha and then pieces. Did Saha back of Escape and then.
Oh. Okay.
And then went to Dark, and then did Zelda Cell into Dark Cross.
Oh gosh, I'm so glad I didn't die. I was gonna put that on hold until later with Sword, but then I saw the Big Kita Easterns and map, just like, oh gosh, I think this is just worse grabbing right now. So, okay,
Telethar also got the one in the first game for flippers and boomerang, so that helped him in Dark Cross.
Yeah, I also had boomerang for it.
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot about that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of regretted getting. I felt like I was like, in retrospect, I should have went to Dark Cross first with the boomerang in hand. It wouldn't have been scary at all on like 4 hearts.
4 hearts, yeah.
3 hearts even.
I picked up 1 heart. A pot was hard as I'm making my way through the Dark Cross, or the first Dark Room.
Yeah. But yeah, ultimately I lost a lot of time because Fire Rod doesn't work apparently.
I'm really sorry. I was
really upset about that.
In game 1 against Lambo, so he delayed. So you did Desert like immediately, right? After Mire Shed and like Samari and Lamp, right? So Telethar delayed Desert after Fire Rod, and like somehow either like 5 of the shots didn't count or something on the second Moldor or the second Lambo or something, but he had to do basically twice as many shots, so he still ended up 3-cycling. And we have no idea. You can go back and like catch the thing, but I mean, like, we have no idea basically what happened.
It's just, they get iframes after you hit them with the sword, and somehow they lasted an eternity, twice, like 2 different Moldor or 2 different Landmos just had an eternity of iframes, and the Fire Rod hits, and my spooky was bad, so it didn't linger, and they're like, what Fire Rod? And cool.
Yeah. I figured if I get
it should have been a 1 cycle instead it was a 3, just because the game sucks sometimes.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. I don't know if you were gonna kill him at that point, because I'm like, if I do cycle, I think it's worth just doing it now instead of using another mirror after Mire. I got 3 cycles, but I still felt crap. But
I mean, you had to mirror anyway, didn't you?
Well, I mean, I was already right there, right? I didn't want to move back from Mire to the left side to mirror. I'm like, just get out of the way. Temper's not the worst. 2 cycles shouldn't be terrible, but I 3 cycled because bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I like what I did. I just don't like that Landmo decided to be mean.
Yeah,
but I think it was better to come back with Fire Rod after Mire. Like, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think
it really cost you much time.
3 cycles is definitely not worth doing it right then and there.
Yeah, but then again, I ended up being pretty far behind, and you got Cape as a for your safety.
If I didn't, I probably would have died because I used that powder. I was down like 1.5 hearts, pre-Moldor and Landmo 2. So Yeah, I don't know. I was sort of playing very sloppy. That
Yeah,
one, the
I feel like
Ganon 2 was just so awful. It's like
that first seed, I had a really good climb, I thought, but you know, not enough.
Yeah, during my Ganon fight, I stopped watching, and I got two cycle. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get sniped here. I'm not looking at you anymore though at that point. So
Yeah.
I had no idea if I was about to lose or not. It just, you know, game sucks sometimes.
It was definitely super close for margins. I mean, obviously, just goes to show you how good you guys are, even under immense amount of pressure. So, we are also joined actually by the admins, Jesse and Amerith. Welcome.
Hello,
Well,
GG's,
hello.
both of you.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, hello. GG's, thank you.
Yep.
Just wanted to pop in here, congratulate Gamma on your win and becoming the recurring champion of the SGL Online Spoiler Tournament. We hope everyone did have fun in this tournament, everyone who participated. We greatly appreciate you coming and joining us, having fun with all these spoiler log games, and you know, I really love 1v1 spoiler every once in a while, and it's great to have a tournament of it here. I also wanted to thank my co-admin here, Jesse, for basically taking command of a lot of things this year and giving me a lot of much-needed help this year compared to how busy things have been previous years. Like it's been a blast working with you, Jesse. Thank you very much.
Thank you for bringing me on this year. I have to say, thank you to the community for making this pretty easy. I think we had a couple of races where we had to just kind of all hands on deck it, but I think we got most of the races restreamed for brackets on both the losers and the winner side for this tournament. So I really appreciate all the volunteers we had tracking and comm-wise to make sure that happened.
Yeah, we really appreciate all the volunteers that came in to help with this this year, and hopefully we see some return next year. Maybe some new interest in some people coming into the community this year, and you know, maybe bigger, better, and possibly a slightly different mode next year. Let us know like what you'd like to see different, maybe, because a lot of people have said they're not like super interested in the 1v1 necessarily format and spoiler, and they want to see something different. Well, let us know what you want to see different, and maybe we can come up with something.
I say keep it as is.
Yeah, we did have a lot of different feedback going into the quals and everything about it, just because this has stayed kind of as a consistent extra tournament outside of the SGL live event. So, you know, the tournament that's put on there is kind of the, I don't want to say a bigger deal, but the one that we've expect to have happen. So this has always been kind of the side tournament. So, you know, if we want to keep this,
it's
what that looks like.
Hype tournament.
Yeah.
The get ready to go to Washington and have fun for a couple days and meeting everyone, running into everyone.
Exactly.
Which is coming up here in just a couple days. We'll be getting to see a good portion of you people. It'll be great meeting you for the first time or seeing you on a return trip, depending on whether this is your first or second trip. And if you're not able to attend this year, maybe we'll see you next year.
Yeah, that'll start on, well, people will start getting in like mostly Wednesday. I know some people are getting to Tuesday. And then it'll be Thursday, Friday will be the group stage for that tournament, and Friday, Saturday will be the brackets. So going to be a busy 4 days for the Link to the Past randomizer as well as the other tournaments going on.
Yeah, I think I saw 52 sign up so far.
Yeah, Amerith, is tonight the last night to sign up for that one?
I think you have just until
or is it Tuesday night?
I think you have until Tuesday night, basically just until they're about to roll the group, so that way they don't goof up like last year and have incidents happen.
Yeah, so if you are going to be at SGL and want to join the the Link to the Past randomizer tournament for the live event, do sign up. As Clear Mouse pointed out, yeah, we're about 50 some odd people so far. So that's going to be a group stage. You'll have to play like 4 or 5 games over the course of 2 days.
Because it's groups of
They're
groups of
planning
6,
groups
so
of
5
6,
games.
but they're trying to even it out a little bit, so there's some flexibility. So expect 4 or 5 games over those 2 days, and then if you make it into the bracket stage, then it's, you got
Prepare
2
for
days
fun.
to get through the whole bracket.
But all that aside, like I said, we look forward to seeing all you that are going to be attending in Herndon, and if not, see you in some of the matches that we do get aired on the SG channels. And aside from that, that closes out the SGL online portion of this tournament here. Any final closing thoughts, Jesse, Gamma, telethar?
First off, thank you for both of you, Emrys and Jesse, for putting on this online tournament. It's always a blast. This is a tourney I always look forward to every year that comes up. And always, the thought of facing these top runners is always scary, but also pretty exciting. And putting on a, restream close match, something everybody likes to see. So I always enjoy it. It always pushes me to better myself in any way I can. GG's to everybody that participated. It was nice to see new faces join in on this tournament. So hopefully, this does come back next year. But regardless of the mode, I always look forward to playing, rando. So thank you again, and GG's to all the runners.
Yeah, I mean, similar. Thanks for the tournament. GG's. Hope this does come back. I would be sad if the spoiler tournament goes away. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Key Sanity spoiler, but I think that might go in the wrong direction in terms of pulling new people in. But yeah, that's all.
Alrighty, and with that, a good night to you all. Glimmerhouse, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No. I mean, I just want to echo everyone's sentiments and also say thank you. And I was like, thank you, Jesse, and thank you, Meredith, for actually organizing this. I believe there has been some discussion about maybe tournament admins not always being appreciated for what they do. It can be a bit thankless at times, and I very much appreciate. I'm sure, as well as many other people, very much appreciate your time in organizing this tournament and making it happen. So I mean, it certainly sounds like especially for Telethar and Gamma, they had a really good time at the tournament, and everyone else, I'm sure, also along the way, also experienced it, just maybe not as much. As people who made it further in the brackets. So, really appreciative of your time.
All right, and with that, we'll get out of here then. Have a good night, everyone.